Hey guys, it's Mike Man WBA here. Welcome back to Can't Stop Progress. We're here with chapter 58, which is episode 17. Hopefully this episode will be a little bit shorter than a lot of the others, just because it's so hot at the moment and I've had to turn my fan off to record this so that you can't hear it. So let's get into the show. Let's try and run through it as quickly as possible. Where, as always, Jim Smallman welcomes the crowd. I don't know why that says chapter 36. I've somehow said completely the wrong thing there. It's chapter 58. And he makes a special announcement about the main event. 25E rating there. The announcement for the main event being that initially it was planned to be Mark Haskins versus Will Ospreay for the Progress Championship. However, currently Mark Haskins is touring with New Japan. He got a touring deal with them. He's been over there putting on some good matches. He's been with New Japan. He's got an injury. It's a light groin injury. It's not too bad. He could have worked through it, but I didn't want to risk it and it would have affected his performance anyway. So we've pulled him from the match. However, Jim's still got plans. He mentions how British Strong Style, how Dunn, Bate, Seven, they like to big up their links to the WWE. Ospreay bigging up how great he is in Japan. But Smallman's got his own links within different companies, within WWE, within Japan, all over the world, and that he has a replacement for Mark Haskins, and we'll find out who that is later. As we go into our first match of the night, where in an unfortunately poor match, but one that I think would be quite fun to watch in real life, Jeff Cobb defeats Fabian Eichner in 12 minutes and 18 seconds by pinfall with a flipping body slam. Eichner getting a 34 to Jeff Cobb's 38 in the ring performance. No worker improvements, unfortunately, and a 37D minus. Isn't a great match, but it's a okay way to start the show. Eichner just hadn't been on for a while. Cobb I just love, and I'm hoping to build up some of his performances by giving him some wins. So hopefully over the coming months that will happen. Following that, we have the next Natural Progression Series first round match, where in a bout that had decent wrestling but not a lot of heat, Leo Rush defeated Sam Bailey in 11 minutes and 29 seconds by pinfall with a Dragon's Call. Sam Bailey debuting his happy-go-lucky gimmick and getting a great, which is nice to see. Match got the crowd hotter. Rush getting a 49, and very nice to see Sam Bailey getting a 52 on his debut. No work improvements, unfortunately, but a 48D plus is a solid rating for two youngsters who haven't been in the company very long in Rush's cases, and it's a debut match for Sam Bailey, so that's a really good match for them. And hopefully we can build on that as we go through the show. And following that, we we have just a little entrance. It's the return. It's Christmas time. It's the return of Banter Claus. Dave Mastiff is back. He's back for a very important match. But a very important match where you can still have some fun alongside his good friend Al Ligero. Where in 12 minutes and 50 seconds, the team of the Banter Claus, Dave Mastiff, Al Ligero, and Travis Banks defeated James Drake and the Origin, Nathan Cruz and Zach Gibson, when Al Ligero defeats Nathan Cruz by pinfall with an Operation Wear Down. And with that, we kind of finally end the feud between the Origin and the feud between Travis Banks and James Drake. It's gone on for long enough now, and we come out with Travis Banks, El Ligero and Dave Mastiff coming out on top against James Drake and the Origin. No silly stipulations here where one of them has to leave the company or the Origin have to break up. They're just going to go their separate ways. They've done all they can to each other, and that is all they can do. A 57 C-, which is a very, very nice match rating there. Travis Banks getting a 56. El Ligero also getting a 56. Dave Mastiff, Claus getting a 48. Zach Gibson getting an impressive 61. Nathan Cruz getting a 51. And James Drake getting a 44. So he was the weaker link there. Zach Gibson the strong link. No worker improvements, unfortunately, but a good, solid match. And following that, we have another tag match where getting their revenge for being costed their opportunity at the Progress Tag Team titles, CCK defeat Mustache Mountain in 13 minutes and 44 seconds when Kid Lycos defeats Trent Seven by pinfall with a sliced bread number 2. Kid Lycos getting a 49, Chris Brooks getting a 34, Tyler Bate a 55 and Trent Seven a 41. I'm slightly disappointed in Brooks's in-ring performances being so low. I was hoping they would be higher, but hopefully that's something he can improve upon in the future. And Trent Seven from that match improving his performance skills as that match gets a 50D+. Following that, we have the women's title match where in her first defence, Jinny defeats Toni Storm in 11 minutes and 2 seconds by pinfall with a middle rope X Factor. Jinny making defence number 1 of her title. Jinny getting an in-ring performance of 46 to Toni Storm's very disappointing 24. I have no idea why Toni Storm is so poorly rated on this game, because she is obviously now in real life the first Progress Women's Champion. She's champion all over the world as well. I think she's champion in Japan, or has been, and just announced this week for the Mae Young Classic tournament in the WWE this summer. I think it's this summer, or maybe autumn. No worker improvements there, and a 41D match overall. Not what I was hoping for, but again, not too bad, considering some of the match ratings involved there. Following that, we just have Jinny showing her disrespect for everyone. She kicks Toni Storm out of the ring and just stands there, title in hand, before eventually walking off. 44D segment there is better, and a nice little segue into what I think is our semi-main event, or maybe there's another one, I can't remember. I think there's 2 more matches after this, but in a decent match, the Iron Man Joe Coffey defeats Timothy Thatcher in 13 minutes and 6 seconds by pinfall with a discus lariat. Coffey making defence number 7 of his Progress Atlas Championship. Coffey now with an in-ring performance of 56, which is a remarkable improvement upon where he was at the start of the save. Timothy Thatcher getting a 41. No worker improvements, but a 53 C- match gets us back on track and is very good to see. I've just remembered what the other match is now, actually, as it is our Progress Tag Team Championship match, where in a bout that had good wrestling and a decent reaction from the crowd, the leaders of the new school, Marty Scurll and Zack Sabre Jr., defeat Axel Dieter Jr. and Walter of Ringkampf in 30 minutes 51, when Zack Sabre Jr. defeats Walter by pinfall with a see you later. Leaders making defence number 5 of their tag team titles, and in terms of in-ring work, Zack Sabre Jr. was head and shoulders above everyone else, getting himself a 77, which is very, very nice. Marty Scurll getting a 61, Walter getting a 46, and Axel Dieter Jr. getting a 54. And nice to see Sabre Jr. improving in his performance, as is Axel Dieter Jr., with Marty Scurll improving in technical, and a 63C match rating overall is all in all very, very good. So happy with that match. as we go in to the main event of the evening. But just before that, we need to know who Will Ospreay's challenger is. So out Will comes, and following him there's some silence, followed by the music of Noam Dar, as he makes his way to the ring, to the cheers and adorations of the Progress fans. He's back for one night only, or perhaps more, to try and dethrone Will Ospreay. His entrance gets a 52D+, and as we go into the match, in a decent match, Will Ospreay defeats the returning Noam Dar in 18 minutes and 17 seconds by pinfall with a 630 splash. Ospreay making defence number 4 of his Progress Championship title. Unfortunately, Noam Dar and Will Ospreay just didn't seem to click. It made for an awkward bout. If they had, that match could have been upwards of the 70 rating, which would be phenomenal for us in this save. But Noam Dar getting a slightly disappointing 39 in-ring performance, but Ospreay, as always, with a very impressive 73. No worker improvements, but a 65C match rating overall, which ends the show on a 62C show rating, which is very, very solid. And I think it's going to end up being the normal candidates for compliments: Will Ospreay, Zack Sabre Jr. And actually, instead of Zach Gibson, even though he did do very well, we're actually, in terms of his improvement over the shows, we are going to compliment Joe Coffey on a good performance. All three of those were pleased. As we go to the next day, there's a couple of things I just want to show you very quickly after this. As we are now on Saturday, week 4 of December. I'm not going to go here just yet because I don't want to potentially spoil something that's going to happen in the next couple of shows. But as you see, Dave Mastiff was actually only back for the one show. I might pick him up again at some point, but for now, no real plans to keep him along. As we have a look at what they said about our show, here it is. Feedback was that it was awesome. I think I forgot to mention we were in Rock City in central England in front of a capacity 2,500. 75,000 viewers on Pivot Share, which is very nice. And a solid match, I think. I said I wanted to show you something. I've now completely forgotten what it was. So maybe it will be in our... I'll show you it in our end of year video, because it's so hot in this room that my brain has just mounted. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. We have made it to the end of the first year, although it was more 7 months than a year. But we've got to the end of 2017, and what I want from you guys in the comments is, who do you think will win Natural Progression Series for 2018? Who do you think will win Super Strong Style for 2018? And I want you to name 3 people who you think will become either the Progress World Champion or the Progress Atlas Champion by the end of 2018. And I will see you guys very soon for the end of year video. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys soon.